pretty mouth is pretty. Cause you ain't never talking loud and you know plenty. You know what I'm talking about, cause you just get me. Yeah, you so pretty. If everything is...
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by today's title, we're going to be getting into another discussion about dating. A couple months back, I made a video on why I gave up on dating. Yet I am still single. I still have not, well, I will get into that in today's video, but there has been a time I did put myself out there. That was like last year around September, August, September, when I decided to get back out there on dating apps. And it did not work for me, and yet I am still single and I am happy. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm just gonna listen to me talk about dating in this generation. And number one thing I realized about dating in this generation, I honestly think that it's hard for people to love people. I don't have anything written down or anything, but this is just the stuff that's on my mind. This is just things that I personally feel. I think it's hard for people to love people because of how they grew up. And honestly, it's common sense in a way, because not everybody grew up in affectionate homes. Not everybody had that type of love growing up. So it's kind of understandable that everybody's love languages is different from everybody else. But there's people out here that just don't know how to love people, and it's not even them, it's just how they grew up, how they were raised. But dating in this generation really sucks because of how people were raised, especially the men. Everybody just wants to fuck. Everybody just wants to have sex. Hookup culture is the number one thing. And it's not even how people were just raised, but there's plenty of reasons out there. I could name a million reasons out there why people really suck at dating or relationships. But mainly, it's because of what's trending in today's generation, and also how society put these standards on what love and relationships are supposed to be like. And I honestly think it could be social media, because social media does play a big role in a lot of things, especially when it comes to romantic relationships or just relationships, period. Don't matter, family, friendships, romantic relationships, or whatsoever. I remember when I started having sex, it was the year of 2021. It's when I lost my virginity and I started having sex. And that was really when I started to realize that hookup culture is so huge. It's been around for many years. Over the years of me being in different relationships with other people, I just realized that, you know, I don't really like hookup culture. I don't really like hooking up with people or just the same person. Like we're just there for that one thing. And by all means, I'm not here to shame anybody that, you know, has a little sneaky link, a fling, a friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. I'm not here at all to shame anybody. I'll also link all the products that I'm using in today's video in the description box below, because there are a lot of new products that I'm using on my face today. So everything will be in the description box below. You know, do what makes you happy. You shouldn't go off based off what someone is telling you to do with your love life, with your body, or whatsoever. Do what makes you happy. But personally, I just don't like to have those type of relations with somebody, because I like to have meaningful relationships with a person. I don't like to just have sex just to be having sex. You know, it gets boring because that's all you're there for. It's, hey, how you doing? You know, getting to know that person, or actually having intellectual conversations with that person. So it's like, I be wanting and fiending for more with the person, and when you're just there to have sex, it's like you don't really get anything. The hookup culture is a really big thing. Everyone just wants to have sex. Everybody just wants to just give it up. That's why STD rates, a lot of women get pregnant for no reason or reasons that's not going to keep that man. And that's a whole conversation we can get into another day, but you guys really need to start having some type of standards and boundaries set with other people and within yourself, because getting pregnant in today's generation, in today's world, is like a crime to me, because how things are getting expensive, how things are looking with our government right now, and just with all of what's going on in America, it's like, no, we don't need any of that right now. A child is a big responsibility. Kids are a lot, okay? And if you're young, like around the same age as me, because I am 22, you most definitely do not want kids right now. I don't advise any young girl to settle down or have children. That is something that I am learning at my big age, is to not get married right now, nor to have kids. And I'm not shaming anybody out here. Like, you know, go ahead, do you, especially if you actually have the resources and what it takes to take care of a child. You know, of course, go ahead. You know, I'm not going to down you on that, but some girls don't even have their shit together and they're out here getting pregnant. And the ST rates are out here looking very scary. I don't want to lay down with anybody. Okay? So I advise everybody to be using protection. I hope you guys are using protection. Because it's really scary out here with how people are just getting HIV and all kinds of STDs due to the fact that you guys are not using protection. I have been celibate. I have been good. I don't want any of that. No, thank you. Keep that away from me. And I've been doing perfectly fine without it. Like, I have my own way of getting pleasure and doing what I need to do for me. But I am not that, like, oh my God, I gotta go fuck just to relieve myself. You know, I think that this generation is doomed when it comes to love, because the things that I experienced last year is exactly why I'm single and why I do not want to be in a relationship right now. I do not have the energy nor the time for a person or a relationship due to the fact that people can be draining, especially if you're dealing with the wrong person that isn't going to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. It's not that hard to treat somebody with decency. It's not hard. I don't know why people in this generation make it hard to love a person. And I know, like, love to me is like a drug. It's addicting in a way. Like, it's like when you are locked in with a person, you are like a little crazy about them. Okay? For some people, it's like that. And for some people, they just don't care. And it's like when you are with somebody, you know, you should feel that way, you know, and it does. It feels that way. You feel a little crazy sometimes. But it shouldn't be crazy in a way where it feels like it's mentally abusing or physically. Okay, don't stay in a relationship if you are mentally being abused or physically. Girls and gals, okay? Being so serious right now, because the amount of people I know that have been in an abusive relationship, rather if it was a mental or a physical, please leave. Do not stay, okay? Do not fucking stay. I don't care how much you love that person. I don't care how long you've been together with that person. No. We're not doing that over here. Okay? As your friend, as a person that cares about you, I advise you to not stay with anybody that does that to you. I honestly don't blame women at this point because we're fed up, we're tired. Me, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for every woman, but I personally think that men can be too much, or either not too much. But the men that I attract in my life, they're shitty. Um, they never can make time for me. Um, they don't make time for me, and I don't like that. Or it's them not treating me the way I deserve to be treated. And I don't like to be treated like shit. I like to be treated like a queen, like a princess, like the type of treatment that any girl deserves, honestly. And I would want to experience that one day, but it's just so hard doing that in a generation full of people that don't know how to love, or having babies and getting married at the age of 20 when you haven't even lived life. You haven't even been on a trip by yourself, you know? You haven't explored your, you know, and we're just out here fucking and getting pregnant and catching STDs. And yeah, but speaking for me, why I'm single is because I put myself out there. Hold on, guys. I put myself out there last year, August, September. I ended up trying, what did I try? I tried Bumble, I tried Facebook dating. I think I tried a couple other apps, but they just did not work for me. But I know I tried Bumble and Facebook dating. Honestly, I get more interactions through Facebook dating than I have with Bumble or any other dating app. On Facebook dating, I talked to a couple of people, but everybody on there is looking for a third or looking to have fun. You know, they're looking for stuff that I just didn't want. And that's just not what I was looking for. I was not looking for threesomes or a poly relationship. I was not looking to do any of those sexual things that people are on there for. I was looking for an actual genuine connection. I didn't want to like nothing sexual. That's just not what I was on there for. People that I was just getting to know, I just felt like they just wanted to have sex because of those red flags. Going over their house at a certain time where it's like dark outside. You know, like I'm not stupid. Like trust and believe me, I felt for those things before. And I've gotten in situations where, you know, a person just only wanted that for me and they used me for that as like a one night stand. And it made me look at things a whole lot differently, and it hurt me in a way mentally. And I don't want to say that I have not healed from it, because I think I'm healing from a lot of things right now in my life, but it made me see things differently and I learned something from that situation. So me coming to your house or you come into my house as a first date or a way of getting to know me better, like to see me in person, it's not going to work out for me. You're going to take me out. We're going to go somewhere. We're going to hang out. We're not going to be going to each other's houses, because why would we do that? I had this one experience, like story time right now. I had this one experience with this guy. He is actually in the military. Where I live at, we have a base here. Saying he had his own home, his own car, you know, all that, you know, and he has a baby mama, you know, he has a child, and the child is a baby. I'm young. I don't have any kids. I don't, you know, have a baby mama, baby dad, you know, baby daddy, not a baby mama. I'm not trans, guys. A baby daddy. First red flag. And then he just kept, like, we were on the phone like an hour or two, or like, you know, getting to know each other and stuff. Kept talking about meeting up. And, you know, I'm okay. I'm down with meeting up. I'm not shy. I'm not the type of person to just, you know, bail on you or just ghost you whenever it's time to meet up or whatever. But he was just like, he wants to meet up, like we could chill at his crib. And as soon as he said that, I was just like, yeah, that's not gonna work with me. And personally, it's a little bit scary. This is why I kind of like try to wait to give people my phone number and stuff. But he had my phone number, and everything. He had it. He had my phone number. I also gave him the location, not the location of where I live, but I gave him the location of like my neighborhood, like the area. I didn't plan on meeting up with him because I already knew where it was gonna go, because I did block him, and then he reached out to me a couple of days later through another number, and he was like, oh, you blocked me? And then I was like, yeah, I did, because I know exactly what you're trying to do, because I'm not dumb. Okay, I've been dumb before in the past. Like, I have my dumb moments, guys, but I know when someone's trying to fuck. He was just like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Because he kept saying, like, if it leads to that, it just does. But I'm the type of person where it's like, we not gonna do that, period, if I'm coming over your house. But I don't even want to come over your house because you're not trying to take me seriously. Like, come on, guys. First date at your house, taken out like I should. Any woman should. Not know meeting up at your house. He was feeling some type of way about that, and then he blocked me. I don't care, honestly. Like, you do what you need to do to make yourself feel good, better, whatever. But I was not with the shit, because I've been through too much to be going through this shit again. Shows you that some niggas are really not shit. Honestly and truthfully, right now, the best advice I could give to any woman, any girl, is to not go on a dating app. You're not gonna find your person on there. You probably will, but from my experience, I've been on dating apps for quite some time. Before, well, I don't be on them for long. I would give it maybe like a month, a couple of weeks or so, but then I'll just delete everything and just stop, and then I might get back on it a month later or two. I'm kind of on and off with it, but I don't be on it for long, for like years, like some people have been, because there's been people when I go like make a profile on a dating app that I already had a profile for, or I might just delete the account, whatever. And I see people on there that I matched with years ago, or that I talked to years ago, that are still on the dating app. So I don't advise any girl to be going onto any dating app to find their person. I mean, there's some people out there that has found their person on dating apps or whatnot, and I mean, good for you, but I honestly advise people to make connections with people in the real world, like going out, you know. And I mean, I know that's not everybody's, you know, thing, due to like people might having like social anxiety, or being very antisocial and not liking to go to social or settings or anything like that. So it's understandable, but none of the good people are on dating apps. It's really hard to find them. Like, it's really hard. I'm just speaking from experience and from what I've been through. So, you know, you can't really take what I'm saying, but, you know, just do what works for you, honey. I am just speaking for me. I can't do it again. You guys are pretty fucking shitty. I can't really speak for everyone on this one, because women also can be a problem. Speaking from a perspective of me liking women and having an interest in women. So it's like, you guys can be a handful too. Don't even get me started. I personally think that I'm just done with people. I have no like energy for anybody. I'm always getting treated like shit. I always get treated like shit, and that is so sad, because it's the truth, and the truth hurts, but that is what it's like for me. It has always been like for me, and I just don't understand, because I try to be such a good person to people, but yet I get done wrong. And I don't even mean like in relationships with my romantic partner, but just with friends too, family too, and that sucks. But you know, I personally think that everybody should just leave me alone. I really want what's best for young women and young men out there, but I am just the type of person, I don't have time for the bullshit no more. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time for things that are just not meant for me, because as soon as the universe or God shows me that a person is not for me, I'm gonna take that sign and I'm gonna dip. Okay, I'm gonna leave, because I know my worth. I'm not gonna sit around waiting for the worst or just any possibility of what bad could happen, or just knowing that it's just not going to work out. Like, I don't know, I'm burnt out. I just don't have an interest in doing those things that, you know, any person is out here doing, and that is being in a relationship or trying to find love. Eventually, I know that I will be open to love. I eventually know I will, but just as of now, I like my peace, and I like staying to myself and just keeping it at that. Yeah, I like it, and I don't want anybody to disturb my peace. I love it. I would like to keep it that way. That's it for today's video. I felt like I was scrambling. I was all over the place because I wasn't really expecting to do a video like this today. But I most definitely will be getting more into detail in another video about dating or about love in this generation, or just that being a really big topic, because that's something that's been on my mind. We'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe and like this video, and to hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload. Without further ado, guys, I love you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.